Hello, you peeps. This is Edo here for another Let's Play of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. Here with me is Nightshade.
It is March 22 at the Police Station Criminal Affairs Department. The situation is dire.
No kidding, dude. We just found out that Mountain Guard is a dog.
Am I going to have to censor that?
I don't know, but he's an okay, so he deserves...
Now that one I will have to censor.
So we are now being pulled to the precinct with Edgeworth. So we gotta see now what's going on with that. Well, Wright, what are you going to do if you plan on changing your strategy? No, we can't do that. That's right. He's holding Maya hostage. What should I do? That's not something I can answer for you. But Mr. Edgeworth... Right. Only you can decide where to go from here. 1 year ago, at that time, I didn't truly understand what a prosecutor was. And that is why I had to leave the prosecutor's office. I felt that I couldn't stand in a court of law until I knew what a prosecutor really was. And now, Wright, it's your turn. My turn? What is this thing called a lawyer? What can you do as one? You must find the answer, and you must find it on your own. I'm a lawyer. But to fight for someone who is clearly a killer... Madame Guard, that man is really... It doesn't matter who. Every person deserves a proper defense and a fair trial. Isn't that the basis of our judicial system? Proper defense. What exactly is that? Is it where a lawyer forcibly and blindly gets an acquittal through shouting and trickery? Ironic that you, of all people, should say such a thing. Isn't that exactly how you fought for your clients up until now? Well, that may be true, but that's because I believed my clients to be innocent from the bottom of my heart. But if we were to get on guard an acquittal, that isn't a proper defense at all. I became a lawyer because I thought I could save people who were suffering and in pain. But when I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Even if I win the case, I still lose in the end. I just don't know what to do. Right. Would you get a hold of yourself? You have it all wrong. Huh? We aren't some sort of heroes. We're only human, you and I. You want to save someone? That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say? But that's... You are a defense attorney. You can't run away from that. You can only fight. That's all you can do. People like you and Francisca von Karma are always using all you have to pin me down. You fight to the very end, even when you know the truth is not with you. But I'm not like you. I can't fight for a false verdict, for a man I clearly know to be guilty. Francisca, she fights for herself. The only thing she fights for is her perfect win record. That's all.
Which technically she doesn't have anymore.
True. Isn't that the same as you? Isn't that why you ran away a year ago? Because your precious win record was destroyed? You're so petty. I see. Now I understand why you despise me so. However, you are mistaken. What do you... Thanks to you, when you sealed off my path to a perfect win record, I began to realize the error of my ways. I realized that things such as a perfect record were meaningless. What? I don't believe you. Are you saying that is why you left the prosecutor's office? But then why? Why are you here now? And the answer to that is something you will find out on your own. I have faith you will see it before the verdict is read tomorrow. But if you can't, then you will be powerless to change the ending of this story. Oh.
Mr. Nick, the transceiver.
I'm sorry for what happened earlier. Now then, Mr. Attorney, did you wager you can obtain an acquittal tomorrow? My. What is the matter, Mr. Attorney? I don't sense the usual anger this time.
Tell me, please, why are you holding Maya hostage for Mr. Engard's sake? Why are you doing this for that cold-blooded killer? Right.
Please don't misunderstand things. He is my client.
Don't toy with me. A man who hires an assassin is just as much of a killer himself.
I believe you were asking me for a reason as to why I'm doing what I am.
Yeah.
This is what I like to call my aftercare.
What in the heck is aftercare?
My name carries a certain amount of honor and dignity, Mr. Attorney. I take great care to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my clients for my handiwork. That is what is called client relations, and it is part of an assassin's duty.
An assassin's duty?
We were unlucky this time, and my client was arrested as a suspect. As a result, I did what I had to do to enlist your expert help, Mr. Attorney. And to ensure that you will do everything in your power to the very end.
What is your name?
I believe I told you once before, however.
You did, but...
My name is the Killer. Shelly the Killer.
You're Shelly the Killer?
Please keep in mind you do not have much space to maneuver with me. As a killer, I always finish what I set out to do. If you fail to keep up your end of the bargain,
Maya,
it will be my duty as an assassin to see to it she receives a nice, long nap.
No!
Now then, if you'll excuse me, if someone were to trace this signal back to me, it will be quite troublesome.
here we go.
Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
I don't know what to say. Edgeworth. Did you hear that? At the end of the transmission. Huh? Oh, that. It sounded like a cat.
A cat?
It can't be. That cat. Can it?
What is it?
I know where Shelly the Killer is holding Maya hostage. Edgeworth, have all police units head for Ungard Mansion immediately. All right. You hurry over as well, then. Don't lose hope yet, Pearls. The fight has only just begun.
Yeah!
Okay, we're moving. How do I get there? It's a hotel, right? It was by the hotel. There we go.
March 22, Angard Mansion living room.
The bear. Maya!
And the music's back.
Please answer us! Mystic Maya!
We have this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to escape, assuming he's still in the area. I can't believe it. That butler, all this time, he was the killer. He and Ungard were working together all this time. I'm sure they had worked out a contingency plan ahead of time. The bear.
Oh, it's a figurine of a bear. But there are a lot of cuts in it for some reason.
Oh, we took it this time.
I mean,
bear.
we're the one who has the court record.
Isn't that more of a thing for Mr. Corda? Why would something like this be here? Right, look down. There's a little pet door installed here.
I'm sure that's for Shoe.
Do you think that this came through that little door? This door. It's locked. Well, I'm pretty used to breaking doors down by now. Let's go, Edgeworth. Oh, we slamming. We crashing. Ah, there's no one here. From the looks of this room, I would say this is Ungard's private lounge. Look at this, Wright. An antenna for sending and receiving radio signals, and a VCR. Check inside the deck. If there's a tape, it would be an important piece of evidence. If we're lucky, I'll still have the moment the crime was committed recorded on it. I'm sorry, but the tape deck is empty. There's no tape to be found.
No.
But there's no mistake that someone used this to record something. Looks like someone took the tape we're looking for and escaped with it. What do I do here? Can I move to the... We searched all over, but it looks like he got away. I'm sorry. It looks like he slipped out of our grasp this time. And now, we've lost our only lead. Don't give up yet. That little girl is looking to you to be her pillar. Yeah, you're right. We're close, I can tell. We've already set up checkpoints along every route leading out of this district. Leave the rest to us. Maya. This looks like a picture of Miss Impax. With love. Celeste.
Miss Impax? You mean,
Yes, Mr. Corda's former manager.
why would a picture of Miss Impax be here in Mr. Engard's mansion?
And why does it say with love? This might be a clue. And we're taking it. What's wrong, Pearls?
Please let me see that picture frame.
Huh? What's so special about the frame?
On the back, there's something written on the back of the frame. Maya. It's Mystic Maya. She left us a message.
What?
I thought you'd come. I knew you would. Now listen up. You better get Ungard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag of not guilty, I'll never forgive you, ever! I'm fine, so you don't need to worry. There's so much I want to write, but I don't think I have a lot of time left. Pearly, you're there too, right? Make sure you help Nick, okay? Someone's gotta watch out for that helpless lunk. That's it for now, Nick. I guess I'll talk to you guys later. I know! Mystic Maya!
Right. What's wrong? Why the blank stare? Oh, nothing. We've searched the house, and this is the last room. It looks like he eluded us. Edgeworth? Yes. As far as clues go, I think this is about all I'm going to get. But I'm still short one last thing. And what is that? Ooh, that's right. Miss Andrews' psych lock. If I could just find out what secret she's holding, then I think I'd stand a chance in court tomorrow to blow this case wide open and expose the truth. I think I know what you're thinking. I'll contact the detention center. Thanks, Edgeworth. Well, let's go, Pearls. It's time to open that last lock.
March 22, Detention Center, Visitor's Room.
Oh boy. Good evening, Mr. Wright. What's wrong? You look ill. Miss Andrews, I have come to remove your psych lock. Psych lock? I want to know, and you will tell me your secret. Fine, go ahead. Try to break me if you can. Do I have to do the
Yeah, the Magatama. Why frame him?
Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. Ungard for the murder?
I've already told you countless times. It's because I thought Matt was the killer.
No, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. Ungard. Miss Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge.
So you're saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt, and that's why? What an absurd idea. I don't have anything I want to take revenge for.
Miss Andrews, a woman who lives by being dependent on other people. There is something or someone in her past that would make her take revenge. I'm assuming it's Celeste. Celeste! There's only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings and even revenge. That is Miss Impax's suicide.
What are you trying to say?
Celeste was Juan's manager.
On top of that, the one who hid her suicide note was also Juan.
What does all this have to do with Matt? You're right. You haven't mentioned him. Yet. But for you to hate Mr. Ungard, it would mean that he must have had some relation to Miss Impax and her suicide.
Can you explain to me this relation between Celeste and Matt?
It would have to be this, right? Oh, hold on, where is it?
At the very bottom.
I know, at the very end. This is a photo of Miss Impax, correct? She looks younger when she passed away, though. With love, Celeste. This is Miss Impax's handwriting, isn't it?
Where did you find this? No, that's all right. It was a rhetorical question.
Yeah, it is. I found this at Mr. Ungard's mansion.
And after all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed. Celeste, she was supposed to get married to Juan.
Yes, but I heard that it didn't work out.
Because Mr. Corda didn't want to get married to her anymore, right?
Yes, because of Matt.
But because of Mr. Ungard? What do you mean?
I think I can see where this is going.
Celeste.
She was Matt's manager a long time ago. She was the happiest woman in the world at the time. I was working part-time back then, and I often saw the two of them together. So that's why, with love, Celeste is written on the frame of that picture.
They were a couple, weren't they?
It wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used, toyed with until she was thrown away.
That's so horrible.
Matt's entire image is built around how nice and wonderful of a man he is. A scandal would have destroyed that, which is why Celeste, in her kindness, moved over to Worldwide Studios. And that is where she met Juan. She seemed really happy with him, even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan were such a good match that they were even planning to get married. And then it was suddenly called off. On the night Juan called their marriage off, Celeste, she killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was revenge for Celeste and for myself. I'm sure even you can guess why Juan called the wedding off, right? Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste. I see. So that's what happened.
But then why did Mr. Corda have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all.
It was probably because of his worthless male pride. Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Juan. He was aiming for when it would hurt Juan the most.
Poor Miss Impax.
That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left a suicide note behind. And in that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds. And so that she would never again be hurt by Matt, she chose to die. Then, when Juan discovered her body, he hid her note.
But why would he do that?
It's simple. Juan realized that note was a powerful weapon against Matt, and it would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. In any case, with his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge. Revenge? There's that word again. Juan wanted to publicly disclose the contents of that suicide note. At a time that would cause Matt the most damage, of course. And that was at the press conference after the stage show. I know all about it because I heard it all from Juan. It was so I could find out about all this, and I drew close to Juan to begin with. And they're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in their game. That night, when I found Juan's body, it was only natural that I thought the murderer was Matt. Those two are always spying on one another after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it ever went public. I was going to burn it. I had even brought a lighter. Oh. But I couldn't find the suicide note, and that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring to them my own kind of cruel revenge. Celeste was killed by those two monsters. So when I stabbed Juan's body with that knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. And that's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man? I'm a lawyer. I see. What a foul profession. Thank you very much for your time and talking with me. It was no big deal. I couldn't sleep anyway. I can't sleep either. Not with Maya's situation, or with what I know now. Bum-ba-dum. 토비가 생겼.
Yes. It seems that things have taken a turn for the worse.
We're gonna save. Right here.
We are. Now we're a little bit early so we can see what's up ahead.
Let's go and continue. Oh.
Remember this?
Yeah. How did I get into this mess?
That's far enough. You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
It's this one again?
What have I done wrong?
I cannot allow you to go on like this.
But I'm just a simple defense attorney.
Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title.
And he dead.
I've had this dream before, someplace some time ago. As if this day was written into my destiny. Today I'll stand in court as a lawyer. To prove a killer innocent.
March 23, 9:43 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3.
Hello? This is Phoenix, right?
You don't look so well, dude. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right? If you please, Mr. Liar. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too.
Now listen up. You better get unguarded guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag of not guilty, I'll never forgive you, ever!
Maya. Phoenix. Phoenix. Ah! Oh, it's Mia. Mia! Maya, how's Maya? I don't know. You don't know? She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday. Mia, what am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles. But you can't give up. There's still some hope left. Stop it, please. There's nothing left. Not here, not anywhere. It's that accursed guard again. Will you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore. I mean it.
You're really mean, pal.
Poor Gumshoe. Gumshoe, I'm really, really sorry. Where are you?
They let me join the investigation team and we're chasing after the killer, pal.
Then, you have some sort of lead?
Sorry, but right now we've got 0 leads on the guy. But we're going to give up. We're not going to give up.
You're going to give... Wow, Gumshoe. We're just done. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Like...
And that was the final day of Ace Attorney Justice for All.
Gumshoe.
Until the trial is over, until the verdict is handed down, we're going to do everything we can and find the killer. If we can get Maya out, then he can get Engard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal.
That's true. I could do that if they found Maya first.
You got that? So you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer.
Oh. I have to make the trial last longer?
If you go at Mr. Edgewood with everything you've got, then you two can draw it out.
Oh, now I get it.
I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgewood can do it. So, believe in us. We're going to give it all we've got just like you.
Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. It's the strongest weapon in the world, and you have it in abundance. Yeah. Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through. I know it.
March 23, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 3.
Court is now in session for the trial of Matt Ungard.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being what exactly was Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder. That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings.
Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. Ungard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape.
Now you're saying that she is guilty after all?
I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card.
What is that? It looks like a shell.
This is a calling card of a certain assassin.
Assassin, you say?
Yes, Juan Corda was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired the assassin, his client, so to speak, is Matt Ungard.
What a surprising turn of events!
I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on this time, so I know what everything Edgewood has said is true. But we still have to hold out as long as we can, at least until Maya's safe and sound. I wonder how the trial will turn out today.
Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls for the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand.
That's me.
Oh boy. Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please.
Okay. I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star.
And what is your relation to the defendant?
Well, that's, I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way, yeah?
Mr. Powers, please. You don't need to put yourself down so much.
Oh, sorry. But I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy.
On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
But, you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went.
All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. Ungard's room.
Okay, sure. Let's do one.
Yeah, let's do one.
Witness testimony, visit the Matt's room. After the awards ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me.
Interesting.
Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Powers' testimony.
Talking with the bellboy is no big deal. If one assumes that the person Mr. Ungard was speaking with was an ordinary bellboy.
What are you implying?
Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we? Looks like we're in another sticky situation. Huh? A trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? But for us to find out more, we're just going to have to charge in head first, right?
Cross-examination, visit the Matt's room.
The defendant's room? Why did you go there?
Well, I'm his mentor, like a big brother sort of, and I wanted to say congrats.
What's wrong? Why did you stop?
Mr. Wright,
What is it?
you're going to try to trick me into a corner, aren't you?
Huh?
I know I'm just a poor underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer.
No one said you were, Mr. Powers.
No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into the bad guy.
Every time? Witness, I will personally talk to the defense at a later time. So for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony.
Sorry.
So, you went to the defendant's room, and then?
Hey, wait a minute. When and how did I suddenly turn into a bad guy here?
I mean...
Are you sure that was Matt on guard?
Yeah, I'm sure he wasn't wearing the nickel samurai mask then.
If that's the case, then he really can't be mistaken. And what was the defendant doing standing in front of his own room?
Looking fabulous.
No. At first? What do you mean by that?
Well, he was in a bellboyish uniform and he had a bottle of juice on a tray.
Yes, juice.
I mean, it's tomato juice.
Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me.
Yeah, but I didn't think he was a normal bellboy.
And why was that?
Why did I think that, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know?
Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry.
I guess I'm going to have to wait patiently on this one. You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant, together, correct?
Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats.
Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange?
You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip.
A tip? That's a perfectly normal thing to do.
So how long did you watch the two of them?
Not more than a minute or two, I think.
So who are these guests you're talking about?
You guys, of course. You and Maya and Little Pearl. I thought it would be really rude since I invited you guys if I disappeared on you. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Math in the hallway.
This is like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further. Do you remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a racket in her hyper state. I ended up focusing on her. I see. In any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. Hold on, what number am I at? This is the first one. No. Wait. Well, he said about... Hold on, let me press this again. We'll just kind of skip this.
Hold on.
Hey, wait a second. Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated. That's what I thought. That's why I knew something was wrong.
You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip.
Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself?
Ah, yeah, that's it. You really know your job.
Mr. Edward,
Yes, Your Honor.
this bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he?
Perhaps we should let the witness tell us.
Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony.
You mean about the bellboy, right? Matt gave the bellboy a tip.
That's it? Come on. So he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that?
Well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me.
how much it was?
But that's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked.
I'm afraid I don't follow at all.
Sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which of his shocking moments I should ask about. Does it matter?
I think you have to go for both anyway.
Okay, so I guess we'll do this one. The defendant is a huge star. He can afford to give generous tips, wouldn't you agree?
Sure. But giving him that much was maybe a little too much, I think.
A little too much? Would you please clarify for the court, about how much would you say the defendant gave to the bellboy?
Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess.
And why is that?
Because he gave the bellboy a really, really fat roll of cash.
A roll of cash? Yeah, that's a lot.
Ah, well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it?
A very fat roll of cash. That can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor. The judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. I guess raise an objection. The defendant is a superstar. That kind of tip is typical fare for people like him. Are you saying that all superstars are super spenders? If I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people's things on trays, then why on earth would I stand around here prosecuting? He's got a point. I don't even get paid, let alone rolls of cash for all my hard work.
So supposing that roll of cash was not a tip, then what was it?
Payment, Your Honor.
Payment?
Isn't it obvious? For the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida.
Then the bellboy the witness saw?
Yes, he was the assassin.
Hold your horses now. Mr. Edgeworth, you don't have any proof of this, do you?
Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the card Shelley the Killer left at the scene of the crime.
Shelley the Killer?
He is the person the police's special investigations team has been chasing for ages. I am certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelley the Killer.
Really?
What's wrong, Mr. Powers?
No, nothing. Something just clicked in my head and I think I just figured something out.
Oh?
Actually, I saw that bellboy again later on that night.
What?
Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw.
Yes, sir. Right away. Okay, so we didn't have to do both, but you did the one that had progress, so I guess we're good.
We should stop here?
Yeah, we shall stop here.
Alright then. Okay, because we're kind of in a really weird position, we're going to have to stop here. But we will continue the trial, and hopefully freaking Powers will not give us trouble.
Since when are you getting trouble from your witnesses?
So this was Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All, with me, Edo, and with Nightshade.
How long can this circus go?
And with that, we are out of here.